two brothers, one ranch, and a secret that could tear it apart. From the moment they were born, they had a special connection that no one could explain. They grew up in a small town, always together, always protecting each other. But when their parents died, everything changed. Their family ranch was in danger of being taken away, and the brothers found themselves at odds with each other for the first time in their lives. It was 1978 when Daniel and Jacob Wheeler inherited their parents' sprawling 600-acre ranch in the remote region of northeastern California known as the Lost Valley. The boys had been raised on this land, working hard alongside their parents to keep the ranch afloat. They'd faced drought and economic hardship, but through it all, they'd learned the true meaning of perseverance and the value of family. Now, despite being only in their early 20s, they were ready to take over the ranch and honor their parents' legacy. But they soon discovered that their inheritance came with an unexpected twist. The family ranch was in dire financial straits. Years of declining profits had left them on the brink of ruin. To make matters worse, their father had secretly mortgaged the property, placing it in jeopardy just as he lay dying. As Daniel and Jacob surveyed the vast expanse of their inheritance, they felt the weight of their parents' hopes and dreams crushing down on them. It was evident that if they didn't act fast, the ranch, which had been in their family for generations, would be lost forever. With the fate of their family's legacy hanging in the balance, they knew they had to come up with a rescue plan, and fast. In the face of this daunting challenge, the brothers found themselves at a crossroads. The bond that had always tied them together was about to be put to the ultimate test. They needed to find a way to save their family's ranch or risk losing everything. But as they dug deeper into their options, they discovered something that threatened to tear them apart. Daniel, the elder brother by a few minutes, had always been the more cautious and pragmatic of the two. He was a man who carefully considered his options before making a move, always thinking several steps ahead. His younger brother, Jacob, on the other hand, was impulsive and headstrong. He was a man who lived life on the edge, always ready to take a risk and see where it led him. Despite their differences, they'd always managed to work together, their contrasting personalities complementing each other perfectly. But now, faced with the imminent loss of their family ranch, their opposing viewpoints were causing a rift between them. Daniel wanted to explore every possible avenue before making a decision, while Jacob was impatient to find a solution. He was willing to do whatever it took to save their family's legacy, even if it meant taking a gamble. The tension between the brothers reached a boiling point when Daniel suggested selling a portion of the ranch to raise funds. For him, it was a practical solution to their financial woes, but Jacob saw it as a betrayal of their family's heritage. He couldn't bear the thought of their ancestral home being diminished. The brothers argued, their voices echoing across the vast emptiness of the ranch, each convinced that he was right. In the end, they decided to part ways, each taking over half of the ranch. Daniel got the house, and Jacob got the land. As the weeks passed, the brothers found themselves caught in a bitter battle, not just over the fate of their family ranch, but also their relationship with each other. Daniel focused on the practicalities of running his half of the ranch, trying to make a profit from what their father had left behind. Jacob, on the other hand, began to make changes to his half of the ranch that Daniel strongly disapproved of. He introduced new and innovative farming methods that disrupted the tranquility of the valley. These modern techniques, while potentially efficient, were alien to the conservative Daniel, creating a stark contrast between the two brothers' approaches to their shared heritage. The divide between them only widened when Jacob brought in heavy machinery to clear some of the land for crops. The noise and dust filled the air, disrupting the peace that Daniel cherished. Every rumble and roar of the machines was a reminder of the changing times and the evolving relationship between the brothers. Daniel could unhelped but feel a sense of dread as he watched Jacob's crew transforming his brother's half of the ranch in ways that seemed irreversible. He feared that Jacob's methods would not only disrupt the valley's ecosystem, but also diminish the very essence of their family's legacy. The sight of the once pristine fields being plowed and reshaped filled him with a sense of unease. He missed the serenity of the valley as it had been, and he worried that Jacob's changes were leading them toward a future that their parents would not have wanted for them. One evening, as Daniel sat on the porch of the family home, lost in thought, he noticed a strange sight. A team of surveyors had arrived on Jacob's side of the ranch. They were marking trees and measuring distances with a precision that hinted at a grand plan. Daniel's heart sank as he realized what this meant. Jacob wasn't just clearing land for crops. He was preparing to subdivide their family ranch. The realization hit Daniel like a physical blow. He'd feared this, of course, but seeing it happening before his eyes was heartbreaking. Each stake hammered into the ground represented a nail in the coffin of their family's legacy. He felt a surge of anger toward his brother, accusing him of betraying their parents' trust and violating the unspoken bond they shared. In that moment, Daniel vowed to himself that he would do whatever it took to stop Jacob from turning their family ranch into a fragmented subdivision. However, Daniel soon realized that confronting Jacob directly wasn't going to be effective. His brother was too stubborn and headstrong to listen to reason, so he decided to take a more underhanded approach. He started spreading rumors in town about Jacob's plans for the ranch, hoping to stir up enough opposition to force his brother to reconsider. But as the days went by, he noticed that people weren't angry at Jacob. Instead, they were intrigued by his innovative ideas and the prospect of new businesses coming to town. Daniel couldn't believe it. All he'd done was try to warn people about Jacob's destructive plans, yet they were siding with his brother. In a last-ditch effort to stop Jacob, Daniel decided to use their late father's journal against him. He believed that if he showed everyone what their father had written about his dream for the ranch, they would understand how important it was to preserve it. But when he started reading the journal aloud at the town meeting, he discovered something that shocked him. Their father's entries revealed that he, too, had considered selling part of the ranch to save it from financial ruin. As Daniel looked out at the faces of the townspeople, he saw understanding dawning on their features. They realized that Jacob wasn't trying to destroy the ranch, but rather save it in his own way. Daniel was left stunned and ashamed. He judged his brother without truly understanding his motives, and in doing so, had nearly destroyed their relationship forever. As the town meeting came to an end, Daniel approached Jacob, his heart heavy with regret. He apologized for not listening to him and for trying to sabotage his plans. Jacob, ever the forgiving brother, accepted Daniel's apology, and the two brothers embraced their bond stronger than ever before. Together, they decided to find a compromise that would honor their father's legacy, while allowing them to pursue their own paths. They agreed to keep the ranch intact, preserving its natural beauty while exploring ways to generate income from sustainable sources. They knew that it wouldn't be easy, but they were determined to make it work. In the years that followed, Daniel and Jacob successfully transformed their family ranch into a thriving ecotourism destination. They opened it to the public, offering guided tours of the beautiful and diverse landscape they'd worked so hard to protect. The ranch became a popular spot for outdoor enthusiasts and nature lovers alike, bringing in revenue that allowed them to maintain their father's legacy. As they stood on the porch of the family home, watching visitors explore the vast expanse of their ranch, they couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. They'd managed to preserve their father's legacy while forging their own path forward. It was a testament to the power of family, the importance of forgiveness, and the strength of the bond they shared. Through it all, they never forgot the valuable lessons they'd learned from their parents, lessons that had shaped them into the men they were and guided them through the challenges they faced. They knew that their journey was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that they had each other's support. So what did we learn from this story? Brothers can be very close until a problem comes along that threatens to pull them apart. When faced with a difficult situation, it's easy to lose sight of our values and resort to desperate measures. However, it is in these moments of adversity that we must remain true to ourselves and stay connected to our loved ones. By holding on to our values and embracing forgiveness, we can overcome even the most challenging obstacles and emerge stronger and more united than ever before. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave us a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching.